That's fine. Ta-da. Okay, so let's start in a child's pose today. And you can do however you want with the hands. It can be forward or back. Or back. Or if you even want, you could stack your forearms. This is what I like to do lately. Ugh. And just put your forehead on the forearms. So it's so that you don't so there's no pressure. Do you know what I mean? Ooh. Okay. It's my favorite one. All right. Lovely. So child's pose is a beautiful way to start for several reasons. The first of which being it's got nice low pressure, and it's a place where you can, when you stay here for a minute or two, you can feel the body start to into the floor. Because gravity is playing a game along with you. So if you can, see if you can kind of let go into that. Hello, look at that, we're hoching. You might have to move up a wee bit. Oh, such a nice way to disturb your lovely child's pose. But let's do it. Traditionally, the GSA class involves everyone coming in like 5 or 10 past 6. Right. Sorry. All right. I was driving here and I was like, oh my God, am I going to be late? And then I was like, it's okay. Yeah. Okay. So we'll reset and restart. So when you're ready, we'll come into child's pose. And if you've already been in it, just find your way back into a nice, lovely, cozy child's pose. So maybe I've said this before. I see the practice as a study and exploration of our relationship between earth and sky. Because out of all the creatures on earth, I mean, apart from maybe giraffes, but that's I don't know, it's debatable. We're the only animals that are vertical. All the other animals walk along the earth, but we aim towards the heavens. So we will aim towards the heavens by wanting to take flight in this class today. It should be fun. But in order to do that, we begin by finding our grounding against the earth. So see if you can allow your yoga mat, the floor, the earth, to absorb your day so far, or your week so far, or hell, your year so far. Whatever you've got that you'd like to relinquish. And then we begin our exploration of our relationship with heaven by seeing if we can deepen the breath a little bit. So see if you can allow the breath to move a little bit deeper inside. See if you can coax it into the back surface of the body. In this position, your body's like a turtle shell. So feel like your breath can go all the way into the back ribs and start to soften this shell maybe a little bit. See if you can allow your shoulders to drip away from each other. If you need to place your elbows on the floor, that's totally cool. I sometimes like to turn the palms facing up. You don't have to do any of those things, though. It's just if you'd like to. And see if you can invite a little bit more softening. Perhaps the texture of your breath can start to draw you inwards with your attention. To knit your awareness into your very center. We'll take 3 deeper breaths in this position before we move. So if you're resting your head on your forearms, let's all reach the arms forward, but keep your shoulders relaxed. Take a breath and fill up the back of your body, in through the nose. Deep as you can. Exhale out the mouth. All the way down to the very base of the exhale. And then again, you inhale all the way to the back. Feel how the breath gently lifts you. It does that. Exhale. On the base of the exhale, you soften before letting one more big breath in come in. Again, exhale. And now on the base of your exhale, keep your feet where they are, but walk your hands off the right-hand side of your mat. So you don't have to go far to feel something. Once you've got your hands where they're going, then relax your neck again. Again, here we breathe in deeply. Now the breath is being invited into the left lung, as well as the back of the body. We inhale. We exhale. So you can choose mouth open or nose. Inhale again. Exhale. So stay there. One more breath. And exhale. Exhale all the way. Let an inhale take you through the middle all the way over to the left-hand side. Again, softening into the neck and the shoulders as much as you can. And breathe into the right lung. And exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. The third time, inhale. And exhale. On the inhale, come back through the middle. And now, again, a child's pose, but an active, slightly more active variation. Start to walk your hands forward just a little bit, maybe like a hand's length. And then lift the center of your palm so the fingertips are on the floor. So again, you can curl your toes underneath so that the toes are pressing against the floor. That's quite a good thing to do. But arms are straight, right? So you can look towards your hands. That's fine. Also, it'll help you to kind of see what's going on. Now, what we want to find is your butt going back and down. Feel like your tail is scooping underneath you. So we're wanting to round the low back as much as possible. So you feel like your pubic bone comes forward. Now from that, feel like you reach towards the fingers. You could maybe even reach the fingers, creep the fingers forward a little bit more. So this is a shape that we're going to aim, an energetic thing we're going to try to do throughout the practice today. We're going to look at more ways of finding it, of finding your tail going back, but your torso lengthening forward. So we're exploring, again, this is this yogic thing of going in between duality, of finding how we can be in earth and sky at the same time, how we can move in 2 directions at once. Take another big breath in. If you like, you can exhale out the mouth. And then inhale, come forward into a table position. Okay, so have a wee teensy bend in the elbows. And now, we've probably done this before. The hips go to the sky and the chest goes forward. This is called a cow. And then as you exhale, you curl your tailbone underneath. You push the floor away. The wee bend in the elbows helps you get a better push. Here's, again, inhale, go forward. Lovely. Nice, 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 nice. Lovely, good. Exhale, push the floor away. Amazing. So just one more time. Inhale, hips up, chest forward. Actually, let's do it one more time because I want to refine a little bit what's happening. Because you notice I say pull forward, right? So when your hips go to the sky, your belly goes down, and then your ribs kind of go down. But then it's like you pull your chest, your rib cage, between your arm bones. So your hands are pulling back, and your chest is pulling forward, forward, forward. That's how we create this back bend, I guess you could call it, shape. Okay, now exhale, come back into a straight-ish spine. And so let's anchor the shoulders and the hips a little bit, bend into the elbows, and just round your shoulders just a teensy tad if you feel like you're pushing into the shoulders, but the gaze is still in front, so we're not curling all the way in. Then the same thing, we're going to take the curve out the low back by just anchoring your tail a little bit. Looks good. Now, from here, keep your shoulders pushing into the floor and your arms and your gaze slightly in front, and see if you can do a cat-cow shape, but with just your hips, just the pelvis. Yeah, exactly. So you can go at your own rate. Feel that you can feel how it moves. This is segmenting the spine. Really nice thing to do. Okay, cool. So send the hips to the sky one more time. Then exhale, curl your tail underneath. So it's like the cat position. And from there, we do the same with the upper body. So again, a wee micro bend in your elbows. And keep your tail where it is. That's the heart part as you pull your chest forward. So you're going to get less movement because this part of your spine is less mobile. Keep that and then round your upper back. Exhale. Good. So not keep that. Sorry, that's a bad cue. Keep the curl in your tail and round the upper spine. That's the exhale. Keep the curl in your tail and then inhale, pull your ribcage forward. So what you might feel is some like confliction stuff, which is okay because what we're wanting to do is cultivate. So naturally, your spine, the low back curves that way. It's called the lordosis, and your upper back curves that way. It's called kyphosis. Some people have it more than others, right? And so when we do this thing that I just asked you to do, we put a kyphosis into the low back, just to use lots of technical terminology, and we put a bit of a lordosis into the upper back. Meaning, we go against the natural curves of the spine. But it creates a big sense of stability, and it gives you the range of motion to get more out of the spine. And you'll see that it gives us more space in different positions. So try it again. Curl your tail under, then pull your chest forward. Lovely. Amazing. So actually, it's quite a stable position. Can you feel that? Yeah, nice. Amazing. From here, take your belly to the floor. So this is like we've kind of got the principle, and then we're going to apply it throughout the entire practice. So hands are down beside your rib cage. We're going to do cobra, but do it like this. Press your toes down into the floor, and now anchor your tail like you're doing cat pose while lying on the floor. Now feel like your belly lifts. Now as you keep the tail anchored, can you pull your chest between your arm bones? And this is how we do cobra. This is kind of how you should do cobra every time, actually. It's more hard work than usual. Okay, exhale to lower. Let's relax, press back, child's pose. Good. So soften the whole body here completely. Yesterday, my students were saying, Emma, there's so many cues, I can't hold it all in my head at one time. And I'm like, well, that's okay. You don't have to. The bit that you really need, either I will remind you of it, or your body will remind you of it, or you'll remember it another day, and all those things are totally cool. Where it's just exploring here. There's no right or wrong answer, really. What's important is that we don't get too tense, which is why I want you to relax here. So take another big breath in. Exhale out the mouth if you like. Walk the hands forward and spread the fingers as wide as it will go. Dig the fingers into your yoga mat, tuck your toes underneath. And keeping a bend in the knee, let's come back downward facing dog. All right, a word about hands in downward facing dog. I know these yoga mats are quite slippy, or they feel so. A good way to kind of feel like that's not going to be an issue so much is to really put your weight into the fingers. And then imagine you're gripping two like grapefruits. Honk, honk with your hands. Yeah. Also, a wee bend in your elbows. And then roll the shoulders away from each other and push into the shoulders. Kind of like we did in the table position. Feel a wee bit more stable? Maybe a wee bit? Good. So keep pressing this index finger knuckle right here. Press that into the floor. Yeah. And the fingers. So it's going to feel, again, like opposing things. Of your shoulders rolling away from each other and your index finger knuckles pressing. That's opposite, but it makes you super strong. Okay, let's stay for an exhale. Bend the knees all the way out. On the inhale, we step the left and right feet even forward. Take a breath as you take your hands onto your shins and pull the chest forward, kind of like we did in the cow pose. And then bend into the knees and exhale and empty out the belly as much as you can. So here it's all about being super soft. The softer your belly is, the more you're going to find fold. And the more you soften, the more you can grow. This is a principle. I had a physiotherapist explain it to me yesterday as well. It's a real thing. So exhale, exhale, exhale. Maybe even give the neck a shake if you like, head a shake. Then take your hands onto your shins. Keep your tailbone anchoring underneath. And then pull your chest forward. So you might feel that your belly is toning a bit more in this. Take a breath and then exhale and fold. Drive the heels into the floor. We'll take the arms all the way up towards the sky. As you do so, there's this phrase that yoga people say, which is root to rise, which means what? The heels go down, the belly goes up, the heart goes up, so that we're anchored even as we rise up. Feel how much space there is underneath your armpits, underneath your chin, inside your brain. Join your hands, maybe close the eyes, take the hands in front of your chest. Let's pause here. So draw the attention again deep inside your body, like the heels go down. The belly is just a slight awareness. The breath makes your heart expand. Okay. Release the hands down towards your hips. Exhale. And then inhale, we come down, Utkatasana. Good. That's the breath in. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot steps back. Good. Step the left foot back, and then we inhale. Fill up in your plank pose. Plank. Yep. Place the knees down onto the floor, bending into the elbows, chaturanga. Let's just do it, and then we'll come back to it. Now, press the toes down into the floor, low cobra. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Find the shoulders. We bend in the elbows. That's it. Good. At any point, if you have any doubts, take the breath a little bit deeper into your lungs. Feel that it supports you. If you feel like you're tired in your body, like it's being dragged down to earth, put some more heaven into it. Okay, bend into the knees more again. Exhale. Look forward. Inhale, right foot, then left. Steps to the front. Exhale to fold. Press the feet down into the floor. Inhale, arms all the way to the sky. Root to rise, if you will. Okay, hands down. Now we're going to do exactly the same thing and layer onto it this little principle of this tail and this sternum lifting. So you can practice it even here. You all right? Yes? Oh, he did. He kind of put his head on the mat, went, and then rolled up his mat and went. Okay. So I thought I don't know, it seemed like he was sad. I don't know. Like he has his life. I don't know. Right, so take your hands onto your hips or do something to make yourself aware of where your pelvis is. A wee bend to the knees can help find it more mobile and feel like your tail drops. So it's not all the way like this, obviously, because I'm showing an extreme. We're just going to feel a little bit like the tail is going to anchor. So it should create a little feeling of like, yeah, that's the feeling. That's the Mula Bandha sensation. Okay, from there, we're going to keep that as you lift the chest. And so you should feel a sense of like, like it's not like, do you know what I mean? But it's a sense of like, oh, I'm together, right? That's what we're wanting. Keep that togetherness as you exhale, and then inhale Utkatasana. Yeah, exactly. So it's weird Utkatasana as an inhale, but that's what it is because the arms are going up. But it's this, because the tail is anchoring. So Utkatasana, again, to show you like the ridiculousness, sometimes you get the butt and sometimes you get this thing. But in Utkatasana, we want basically the pelvis to be in line with the torso. So you can feel that. The tail anchors and then the heart lifts away from your thighs. So Tam, you could do it even more. Lift the heart. I know you've been here for a while. Take a breath in, then exhale to fold. Here's where you soften. Now, feel that your tailbone anchors. You could even bend into the knee a teensy bit. Take the hands onto the shins and find a halfway lift. Pull your ribcage beyond your arm bones. Good. Exhale to fold. Step your left foot back. Runner's lunge. Now here, again, we have an opportunity to tuck your tail. Tuck your tail and then feel like your chest is going to lift away from your thigh and forward. But at the same time, your pelvis is anchored. Okay, let's take one more breath in. Step your right foot back, exhale. Again, anchor your tail. So feel like your tailbone goes back towards your heels, but then pull your chest forward towards your arm bones. Yeah. Take a breath in. You can put your knees on the floor for this. Keep your chest as open as it is right now as you exhale to lower. Good. Amazing. Press the toes into the floor. Anchor your tail. You're going to be bored of me saying this. I think you probably already are. Anchor the tail. Then lift your sternum between the arm bones. Yes. And then exhale, downward facing dog. And then take a breath. See how much you can fill up those lungs. See how much you can put a sense of fullness of the breath into this stuff that we're doing. It's so much technique, I know, but we're going to start flowing with it a little bit more. And all the technique actually knits together with the breath inside us to give us a real sense of stability and power. So let's bend into the knees, exhale all the way out. Look forward, inhale, either one foot at a time or you can jump. Feet towards the hands, nice. Exhale to fold. Then inhale, take the hands all the way up towards the sky. Okay, good. So exhale to fold again, one more time, please. Bend into the knees, exhale, exhale, exhale. Feel your tailbone curling underneath you. And feel like your whole upper body is like curling like an ugly little troll. So you can check out what I'm showing, right? So we're flexing, but the knees are still bent. Now keep all that flex in the low body, but then lift your chest and lift the arms, Utkatasana. Good. So your tail is the one that's anchoring. Yes, exactly. Now, take a big breath in. Now exhale from here, step your right foot back. Nice. All right, lovely. Right hand to the floor. Keep your left hand on your hip for a second. Again, feel like your tailbone anchors back. And keep that, if you can, as you turn your chest towards the left. Open twist. Good, good, good. Lovely. So the hips have a real tendency to swing out in this position, but look, none of yours are. Amazing. Good. Take one breath in. Then exhale, take your left hand to the floor, take your right knee to the floor. Okay, so from here, let's take both arms up. Now again, we're going to go for a twist. So first of all, we could maybe feel like, in fact, let's do it like this. Take the palms together and draw them down. Now we're going to make this ugly troll thing. Cool. So this is flexing the spine, right? We're going to use the flexion of the spine to get in it, and then we're going to create the extension, which is the leaning back. God, it looks ugly, but it's good. It's fine, right? So we're curling like that, but you can feel how it's like, it's very earthy, right? Take a breath in, exhale, and then hook your right elbow over your left knee. It's kind of easy because you're like already in this like position. Okay, now keep your tail where it is, but then lean back with your left shoulder. And then breathe in. Lovely. That's it. That's it. So keep the knee pressing against the elbow and the elbow pressing against the knee, the tail curling down, but then the shoulder leaning back. Yeah. Now, you can stay like this if you want, or you can try tucking the back toes and lifting up the back knee. Now, hopefully, this tail tuck will keep you a little bit more stable. That's the intention. That's what it's for. Also, straightening the back leg as much as you can. Okay, so we're going to meet in a high lunge. So if you're still got the knee on the floor, we'll release the hands and meet up. If you've lifted, we'll go up like this. Okay, again, put a bend in your back knee, feel your tail tuck, and then feel like you lift your chest away from it. And if you want to, you can re-straighten the back leg. That's a breath in, hands to the floor, downward facing dog is a breath out. Good, that's it. So we're going to layer some stuff, and then we're going to fly. Okay then, so let's exhale, exhale, exhale. Bend into the knees. Again, tuck the tail. That's going to help you if you want to jump. Look forward on the inhale, and then watch how your feet come towards your hands. Yeah, exactly. Exhale to fold, release. Okay, now curl your tail underneath, press the heels down. Then inhale to lift the chest, Utkatasana. Great, belly, yep. So it's this feeling like you're lifting, like you've got a big Santa belly, and you lift it away from your thighs. Very seasonal. Okay, so stay here for an exhale. We're going to lift the left foot and step it back. Inhale. Exhale, left hand to the floor. Tail is still curling, right? So you can take your hand onto your tail and even feel that it's doing that. Then keep that. You should take your right hand up towards the sky. Open twist. Good. So here we've got this same thing of the tail going back, the shoulder leaning back, breathing into your right lung so much. Amazing. Okay, so take your right hand back down towards the floor, left knee to the floor. Arms come up, and then join the palms. So what we want to do is create all the space here. So the arms up helps us to feel that we've got this length in the waist. Then we bring it down. We've got the focused. We've got the tailbone curling. We've got the made up words. We've got inhale. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Left elbow to right knee. Yep, that one. Good. So if you feel yourself wobbling, tuck your tail underneath. And then inhale to lean back. Yeah. So you should feel like your left shoulder stacks on top of your left. Maybe even you could look to the ceiling. And that you breathe into the back of the lungs. So again, you've got your choice. You can stay exactly like this, or you can tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. Cool. Aha. So feel like your legs squeezed together, like your tail's still curling. Like you could breathe even more into your top lung. Okay, let's meet in a high lunge wherever you're at. So we take the hands up. Again, bend into the back knee. Feel where the pelvic bowl is pouring. Hopefully nowhere. And from there, we lift the chest up even more. And here's a big breath in. Yeah. Okay, one more inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Okay, let's find a vinyasa. So the inhale will take you forward into a plank pose. Even in this plank pose, we can anchor the tail and pull the chest forward. The gaze is slightly in front of your yoga mat, always, for chaturanga, whether your knees are up or down. So you make your choice. Breathe in, and then use the exhale to lower. Good. Inhale, your back bend of choice, so cobra or upward facing. Nice. Exhale, downward facing. Okie dokie. So here, even here, if you bend your knees a wee bit, you could tuck your tail a wee bit. I feel that creates a sense of stability. And then you can maybe feel like your torso pulls more towards the front as you inhale. Okay, nice. Right, stay for an exhale. On your inhale, let's lift the right leg towards the sky. Nice and slow, nice and careful. Exhale, round the knee towards your nose. Rounding the upper back, that's that cat pose. The shoulders coming to the outside edges of your mat. And then the right foot is going to step through. Now here we're all going to come up into a high lunge, if you don't mind. The right heel comes down towards the floor, both arms up towards the sky. So if you did the low lunge before, that was a nice practice for this. So here again, bend the back knee a wee bit. Feel like you've got stability here. If you feel wobbly, squeeze your legs together. Squeeze your legs together and feel like you've got this anchoring of the tail. That's what it's for. Now, take a breath in. Exhale, take your hands together and round your shoulders round a little bit. Take another breath. Look lovely. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. Keep the flexion in the low body and then lean back with the right shoulder. Good. Lovely. Squeeze the legs. Squeeze the legs. Squeeze the legs. Good. Okay, here we go. Here's the fun part. Take an inhale. Exhale, look towards the right pinky toe. Take one more breath in. This is where we're going. Left foot meets the right. Good. Yeah. Now anchor your tail again. And then lean back with your right shoulder again. Very strong, very strong. Knees squeezed together. Good, nice, Leslie. All right, inhale, Utkatasana, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Lovely. Hands to the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great. Okay, let's stay here for an exhale. Inhale takes your left leg to the sky. So the same thing. Lovely. Very nice control. Good, good, good. Inhale here. Exhale. Knee to nose. Round your shoulders so much. Good. Lovely flexion. Then look forward and set the foot between the hands. Amazing. Very smoothly done, everyone. So good. Okay. So again, we're going to stamp it into that left heel. Come up slowly. High lunge. So even here, you should feel stable. This bend in that back knee might help a wee bit. Then we feel like the legs are squeezing together and the chest is lifting up and out a little bit. Draw the hands together, round the shoulders just a teensy tad. So what yoga teacher will tell you to do this? I know, but you'll see why, right, as we go forward. Maybe you already see why, that it creates a sense of stability. Okay, take a breath in, and then as you exhale, the right elbow goes to the left knee. So you've got that anchoring, keep that, but then lean back. Yes, great. Breathe all the way into your left lung. Keep kicking that right heel back as much as you can. Okay, lovely. One breath in. Exhale to look down at your left pinky toe. Take another breath in. Yeah, I know. Shifting the gaze. And then exhale, step the right foot to meet the left. Here, squeeze the legs. Drop your butt. Drop your tail. But lean back with your left shoulder as much as you can. Yes! Okay, exhale. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Halfway lift, hands to shins, open it up. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Lovely. Inhale, come forward into a plank. You're going to go for one more vinyasa here. Take a big breath in, fill up, look forward, exhale, chaturanga. Good, nice. Inhale your back bend. So there, relax that, not the chin, lengthen here. That's it. Yes, that's it. Beautiful. Felt that. Downward facing dog. Okay. Again, breath. And an exhale. So if you feel heat in your body, that's on purpose. It's a transformational change. Between earth and sky, there is fire. Also water, which you might also feel on your palms, which makes it more slippy. Okay, well there you go. That's elements for you. Damn them. Okay, let's take a breath in. Bend into the knees. Curl your tail underneath. Exhale. Look forward, inhale, feet towards the hands. Yeah, nice. Okay, exhale to fold forward. Then press the feet down into the floor. Inhale, arms all the way up towards the sky. All right, here we go. So from here, we have the openness of the chest. We're going to bend into the knees. Exhale. So in fact, take your palms together, like we did in our nice ugly lunges. We're going to curl the tail underneath and curl the shoulders, nice and ugly. So you've got that feeling of the tilt. That's really important. Now, take a breath in, and as you exhale, the left elbow is going to hook over your right knee. Now, what you might have noticed is your left knee really wants to go forward in order to facilitate that. We're going to scoop it back and scoop the tail underneath. Press the palms, feel like the elbows move away from each other, and lean back. Now breathe in as much as you can. Okay. Drop your butt, Leslie. Drop it low. Good. Okay, nice. Now, right, release that. Inhale, arms up. And then let's exhale, take your hands down towards the floor into a little mini squat. Now, we'll show this in two ways, coming into it from down here, and then we can go from above as well. So basically, what we're looking to create is the same shape, but just balancing on our hands. No big deal. So what we want is the hands are going to come around here. Now, we didn't practice chaturanga very much, which is a bit of a problem, but it's okay. So what we want is we want this elbow around this knee, and then we want this elbow, especially if you're doing this for the first time, to come towards this hip. Right? So I'm going to tell you all these things. Don't go into it until I've told you all the things, right? So this is going to, if you've got this thing, you're going to be able to lean on both. And that's handy, right? When you're a little bit stronger, you can do it just on one arm, but that actually takes quite a lot of strength. So there's that. The next thing is your arms are going to be in, maybe we could actually do a chaturanga before we go into this. Your arms are going to be in a bent position because then they create a shelf. And they need to be in towards your body as well, because if they're out here, it's a wee bit wobbly, right? So let's come into actually a long plank, a long knee plank. This is where we practice our chaturanga too. Now, when we do chaturanga, often we think that we're thinking about the hands and the arms. Am I right? But actually, it should be about this, right? So do the thing that I've just asked you to do the entire time. Sophie. Yes. And you'll feel your core is on. And the same thing is in a plank. You'll feel that your core is on. And the butt doesn't stick out like an Instagram plank. You might have seen this, right? So here, we have that butt down. Then the chest is open. Now, fill yourself up with breath. And then as you exhale, see if you can just bend the elbows. Okay, good. And then inhale, push back up again. Now, let me show you something that many people do when they're doing chaturanga. Am I there yet? Am I there yet? So see if you can keep your head in a line. Just bend the elbows. This is why looking in front helps, because then that's where you're going. Okay, this is really invaluable because basically I love working on stuff that nobody... Yes, Leslie, lovely. Good. That's time. So you don't have to do a million. One will do. Watch the butt. Oh yeah, Liberty. Liberty's butt is at Liberty. Sorry. It just is begging to... Yeah, exactly. So this is why I was hammering on about it the entire time, because it's so easy to forget. And believe me, I forget it too. Nice. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's come back into our little squatty. And let's try and get the elbows towards your knee and your hip. Okay? If you don't want to, you can have a chill, but it's pretty fun if you want to, right? Then, they're mostly together. Yeah, they're together. If they're going to go apart, then they're going to be harder to control. But I'll show you a fun thing that you can do once you do have the control. So we're going to get this. Now, look at my spine. This is the gremlin position. Okay, we're in the gremlin position. Then we're going to start to just lean. So it's not really about muscling, it's more about trusting into the lean. The legs are together, the elbows are bending, the chest reaches forward. Now that is enough. Maybe your feet can hover off the floor. That's enough to play with. Good. Legs together. Yeah, you're right. Legs should be together. Good. Look forward. Yeah. Nice. Cool. If you've mastered that stage, I've got more for you, of course. So Sophie, see if you can get your knees way up onto the elbow, right up here. So I like to do like a kind of, this is why you need the gremlin thing. You're going around, exactly. Let's see it, Emmy. Good. Good. And then just lean forward. Lean forward. Yeah, exactly. Cool, cool. So you've got all the pieces, and I think it's just about knitting them together and also trusting, which is a big part of the game. Yes, let's do this. What were you going to ask? No? I thought you were going to ask something. All right, so I'll show you a thing that you can do next if you want to do more. If you felt that was stable, because we're going to do the other side too. Obviously wrists, are a thing. But look, if you feel like you're stable here and you're getting a bit of space, then you can see if you can extend the legs this way. And if you can do that, you can do a breakdancing thing. It actually is easier than it looks. It's really easier than it looks. So the main thing is that your bottom leg kicks forward and the top leg kicks back. So you two are both trying this really close to each other. See what I mean? Easier than it looks, am I right? Yeah! All right, Fabio, where's your head going? Into the crater of the earth. Remember, at heaven, you have to go forward. So if you look down, that's where you're going to go. That's the general principle. So this is not going to, because your head is so heavy, it's just going to anchor you to the floor. Look at lovely Amy's head. She's doing it perfectly. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, good. Kick the bottom leg forwards. Yes. And then be confident in your legs. Know that. So basically in these extended leg positions, when your legs are actually counterbalancing, so it's almost easier. I find it easier than the actual this, because here your legs are in and your arms have to hold them, and here they're pulling apart. Talking and doing it at the same time, not the easiest. Yes! Okay, cool. So let's come into downward facing dog. I know it's a lot of wrists, but then we'll undo it in a minute. So a word, put your knees down. Let me say to you another little tip about wrists. Put your knees down, everyone. So because we're in a downward facing dog, maybe we could skip the vinyasa actually and do it in another way. Actually, you know what? We'll do my favorite hands-free vinyasa, because I have a whole class, maybe we could do this next week, called hands-free, which does what it says on the tin. But about wrists. First of all, I'm sure I have like a wrist video that I could share, but if you have inactive hands, your wrists take all the weight. What are inactive hands? Just being on the floor. It should be like this. Because if you do that, you can feel that your forearms are on. Yeah. So a nice thing to do is this, in fact, which we maybe should have done. It's all right. I'm like piecing together my lesson plan as we're doing it back in time. So that's one. So if you do it enough, you can feel the forearms heat up. Yeah? And the forearms are the ones that control the wrists. That's the muscle that does this. The other lovely thing to do is what I call the Spider-Man drill. Maybe you can see why. Right? We pull the hands towards you. This may feel good after what we just did. Yeah. So the thing is that in our daily life, we don't do this. We do this. We're in reflection. You know what I mean? So when we do this, most people, it's not something you do a lot. And also, if you do it in the air, you can feel that actually it's quite hard to recreate that shape, just like that. So I mean, right here. And so when you're on the floor, it's like, oh my God, actually you're putting a lot of pressure into a place which is not something you're used to, which is why it's good to practice this. Okay, give them a shake, come to stand. We'll do a hands-free sun salutation instead of a vinyasa. It's really fun. Probably don't have enough space for it, but let's see what we can do. Exhale. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Oh, sorry. Exhale, Utkatasana is how it goes. And then slowly come all the way down to sit and lean all the way back, Ardha Navasana. It's really fun. Exhale, Paripurna Navasana, full Navasana. Inhale, exhale, roll onto your tummy, hands free. Aha. Here's where we all crash into each other. Good. Reach the arms back alongside you, Shalabhasana, locust. So lift the feet off the floor, tone the belly, reach the shoulders back. Lovely. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Then inhale, roll back onto your back, hands free. Exhale, knees in towards the chest, Navasana. Take the hands around your shins. Inhale, lean back onto your shoulders. Exhale, Malasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samastitihi. So maybe next week we'll do the full hands-free class. It's really good. Should we do it one more time? That's instead of a vinyasa. So inhale, Utkatasana. Let's do it all the way to the floor. Exhale, and then inhale, Ardha Navasana. That was a nice hop. I like that. Roll over to your belly. Maybe go the other way, or wherever you've got space to go, honestly. And then reach your arms back and your feet back, Shalabhasana. So this is how we engage the core and find the back bend without using the wrists. Exhale, and then inhale, roll onto your back. Exhale, Navasana. Hands around the shins. Roll back, inhale. Exhale, Malasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale. So notice what's nice about this hands-free thing is it makes you feel like energized but kind of not knackered the way that Chaturanga does. So having said that, let's come down, Utkatasana. And here, if you like, you can try getting into it. So legs together for this one. We can try coming into this arm balance from above. And it might work better for you or it might not. So we're going to take the hands in front of you, take your breath in. And then exhale, curl. And then hook the right elbow over the left knee. Or at least the opposite to what you did before. All right, so hook it. Now, what you could actually even do is use your other hand to get this elbow all the way in as much as possible. Because that's how far it needs to be. From here, you take your hands down, and the other elbow comes towards your hip. Now, from here, as Fabio and Amy, both at their extremes, learned, you need to lean forward. And if you lean forward, you might feel that your feet are light. Good. So look forward, Sophie. I know that my camera's in the way. So lean forward with your chest. Good. Yes. Lovely. Reach your chest, Amy, and then the feet will come off on their own. Yeah. Yeah, see? And now just trust in it, because you've got everything you need. My teacher says 3 good goes, and then you stop. Good. Bend in the elbows more, Sophie. That'll help. Good. And then reach your chest forward. Yes. Lovely. Good job. That was a good hold as well. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Nice. So go on. Yeah, exactly. So reach not with your chin, but with your heart. It's a good lesson for life. Nice. Good, Fabio. Okay, cool. Let's just come down to sit, right? We won't do any more sun salutations or anything like that. We're just going to unravel the whole thing. First of all, take your hands together and give me a little disco ball. It's a nice way to unravel it. I have to seek out this wrists class. I've got the drills somewhere. Okay. From here, take your hands out in front of you. Take your soles of your feet to the floor. And like we've done, curl your tail underneath. Feel like that's giving you the momentum to go back the weight. We're going to go one vertebra at a time, all the way down towards the floor. When you get down, reach the arms up and overhead. Feel like the whole of your spine is down on the floor, back onto the earth, but that your lungs are so full of breath, and they're going to be even more so as we lift. So walk your feet close to your bum. Reach your hands down alongside. And here, flip the palms so they face up. I really like this variation because it opens the shoulders more. Press your heels down into the floor, scoop your belly. Again, the tail is dropping down towards your heels. Then as you inhale, press the heels to start to lift your pelvis up off the floor even more. Press the outer shoulders down into the floor, the triceps. See if you can lift your chest up towards your chin, but then your chin back away from the chest. If you feel like this is fine, you can stay here, or if you want, you can lower down, or if you want, you can interlace the fingers behind your back, shifting the shoulders underneath you, and then pushing down into the triceps. Now here you let your belly float to the sky, inner thighs slightly together, slightly. Good. And then the main point of all of this, fill the lungs with breath so much. Good. That's one more inhale. And then exhale, slowly release the hands from underneath. And one vertebra at a time, so upper back, then middle back, then lower back. Slowly make your way down towards the floor. Okay. From here, as much as you have space, reach your arms out in a T shape, or it can be a cactus shape, if that's better, if that's not crashing into someone next to you. And now let the knees go left and right, and left and right. So after all that anchoring, we're putting a little bit more mobility back into the spine and the pelvis, and letting the body do its thing. Because the thing is that all this technique is amazing, but also within the body we have a lot of intelligence. And it's about finding the balance between nature and nurture, truly. Let the knees go all the way over towards the right. If you like, you can continue to look up towards the sky, or you can look over towards your left. Let your knees be heavy, so you just relax your effort. And here, aim to fill your left lung with breath very much. Take one more full breath in. Exhale to relax the body even more. And then inhale, take the knees back towards the center. From here again, we do more windscreen wipering, just rocking the knees left and right, left and right. And let the knees rock all the way over towards the left. And your gaze turns to the right, if you'd like to do that. Maybe if your palms are facing the ceiling, you might feel the tingling of your skin of the palms of your hands. So you can enjoy just feeling the texture of the air in your hands instead of having to hold on to anything. Take one more breath into your right lung. Exhale. And then inhale to take the knees back towards the middle, take the head to look up. Then walk your feet together so the soles of the feet touch. And from here you can let your knees knock out to the outside edges of your mat. So we'll stay here for a few breaths, where you let the knees relax as much as possible. You can keep your hands as they are, or you can reach them overhead if that feels nice, maybe holding onto the elbows. Here you'll feel that as you take the knees away from each other, naturally your low back has lifted off the floor. And that's fine. Here we take the spine back into its natural curves in a gentle way. Let things just happen. Make your breath soft. Let it be a way of just abiding in your body. Know that as you just soften your effort, your skin will cool down and you'll come a little bit closer back down to earth after our flight for today. Just 2 more breaths. In a soft way, in such a porous and beautiful, buoyant way, your lungs get full of breath. So yeah, you're back down to earth, but heaven is inside you. When you're ready, take your hands down alongside your waist, turn the palms to face up, shift your shoulder blades underneath. Take the feet to the outside edges of the mat and let the feet waggle again, left and right, or anything else you'd like to do to find your final resting position. When you're ready, take a big breath in. Exhale out the mouth. And let the whole of you soften into the floor. The effort is done. And here you are in the middle. Free to abide in the spaciousness that is your body. Slowly, as you allow your breath to deepen again, notice how that brings you back. Back into your body, back into the room, back to life. Let some movement come back to your fingers and toes. If you like, maybe turn your head left and right. And reach the arms overhead. Point the toes, get so long. Big breath. When you're ready, draw the knees in towards the chest. Give them a hug. And then with care, roll over to the side. Use your hands to push the floor away to come back up to sit. And here we are back in that vertical position. The spine perpendicular to the earth. As the tail anchors down, the heart rises towards the sky. Take a breath in together. Exhale. Again, inhale. Om Shanti. Very well done. Good job. Take it easy. Yeah.